Hi there, learners! Welcome to another lesson with Teacher Diane. Our topic for today is revising a draft. Many students commit mistakes in revising the draft of their paper. Not only are their papers often filled with typographical errors and other problems, but they lack the benefits of a fundamental stage in the writing process. That is, revision. Mechanics, clarity, chronology, appropriateness, and effectiveness are some of the aspects that we consider whenever we are revising our works. Revising helps us improve our work to attain the objectives as to why we are writing a certain literary piece. In this lesson, you are expected to revise your draft produced in the previous lesson, considering the clarity of idea, appropriateness of choice of literary elements, appropriate use of the element, and effective combination of the idea and the chosen literary element to come up with a short piece using any of the literary conventions of genre. Arrange the steps in revising a draft based on the provided steps below. Write numbers 1 to 4 to determine the process. Write your answers in your notebook. Number 1. Check the transitions used in a text. Skim the paragraphs and identify the main ideas. Determine if the paragraphs help the main ideas. Scan the mechanics of the text. Have you tried following the writing process? How was it? Among the phases of the writing process, which was difficult for you? How did you deal with it? Before releasing a piece to the audience, it is important to review the piece in accordance to the aspects which were considered during the evaluation. Revising or editing can be ways to improve one's write-up. Revising literally means to see again, not just once, but multiple times. Revision has two types of processes where the larger problems such as content and organization and the smaller problems such as sentence structure, word choice, and formatting shall both be considered in revising your output. Revising will help you to notice the other elements of your write-up from the mechanics, structure, coherence of the paragraphs, and its core. Revising your first draft is really a challenging task. You are stood up to with your mistakes. You will discover helpless exchanges and shallow characters. You will find plot openings, lost backstories, etc. Regularly, these encounters will make you need to stop, to toss the many pages and give up. In any case, as writers, we should not stop writing. However, to attain the improvement, you have to accept the evaluation in a positive outlook for the betterment of the piece and for your improvement as well. The beginning writers fail to create a draft effectively. Not exclusively are their papers frequently loaded up with typographical errors and different issues, yet they come up short on the advantages of a basic stage in the writing process, and that is revision. At the point when we revise our write-up, we accept the open door to step back and reimagine it. We consider the objectives of the paper and whether we have achieved these objectives. We guarantee that our thoughts are obviously communicated and very much upheld. What's more, we verify the blunders of syntax and style don't take away from our work or make it look like the paper was arranged quickly. Publishing. Publishing involves submitting final manuscripts to editors of print and online journals and magazines, newspapers, or publishing companies. Although it's great to see one's name in print, not all writers write for publications. Some write their stories, poems, letters, diaries, etc. for the next generations, their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. They write to record their personal history. In revising your draft, some of the aspects shall be considered like mechanics, content, style, substance, and the structure of the piece. You have learned in a previous lesson about some of the aspects that need to be evaluated for the improvement of the text. In revising for style as a writer, vague writing and mechanical flaws detract from your insights. As you revise your work considering your writing style, try to take a look on the following questions. Have you used passive voice abusively in your text? Were you gender neutral in using a language? Did you use precise and concise language and diction? Did you edit out language or syntax that is repetitive? Have you corrected grammatical flaws and provided accurate information like names and dates? Moreover, in revising your structure, as you read, you need to make sure that your write-up has a strong structure. As you revise your work considering the structure, try to take a look on the following questions. Did you use a clear and logical pattern to prove your concept? Did you provide a clear introduction stating the purpose of the piece? Are the paragraphs unified and developed? Were you able to establish topic sentences effectively? Were you able to utilize paragraphs that help the progress of the topic sentences? Do you have transitions between paragraphs and between sections? Does your piece have a well-reasoned and interesting conclusion? As you read your work, revise also the substance of your piece. As you look into it considering the substance, take a look on the following questions. Did you clearly state the thesis statement of the piece? Did you present your own analysis? Did your piece provide reflective insights of the text? Did you include specific evidence to support your ideas? Is this evidence analyzed and explained? If applicable, were you able to establish the characters and other literary elements? If applicable, did the plot sequence run well? Was it easy to understand? Now that you have been guided with some of the questions, these will help you in revising your own draft at the end of this lesson. In proofreading or checking the mechanics, the draft should focus on formatting and accuracy of the grammatical functions. In doing this, hard copy instead of reading from your computer screen will be more effective. In doing proofreading, you need to read it aloud and check it intensively. Let us try to remember the actions and decisions below in doing a revision of a piece. This would help us to attain the improvement of our text. Just remember the word draft, D-R-A-F-T, and you will be guided properly in revising your piece. Delete unnecessary and repeated words, parts, or sequences. Are there words or parts that are needless or unnecessary which can be deleted and will not affect the content or the flow of the topic? If there are, delete them. Rearrange the paragraphs, sentences, clauses, or words. Are there words or sentences that need to be rearranged to attain the chronological arrangement of the piece? If there are, rearrange them. Add some connectors, transitional devices, or even information. If there are still information that need to be included, add them. The use of connectors and transitional devices will help you to attain the smooth flow of the piece. Form each of the parts that are needed in the piece. Recalling the nonfiction type, there are certain parts that should be present. Even the elements needed in a type of nonfiction shall be formed and formulated. Talk it aloud. Reading the text aloud surely reveals the errors of the write-up. Various versions and modifications can be made if you keep on reading it before publishing. Does it sound right? Sound smooth? Better to read it aloud. Now, it is time for you to revise your draft considering any of the literary conventions of genre in nonfiction. The comments of your subject teacher may help you in improving your output. And that ends our lesson. Are you ready to revise your draft? Good luck and see you again next time. This has been Teacher Diane. Happy learning!